off the crossbar. Twitchell left fielder down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils. Off the deflection. Off the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
We're a very driven team. A lot of individuals here who have worked very hard this off season and are ready to work in the preseason, into the season. So that's the main thing for me. Very driven team. Young, but very, very driven.
Being my third year on varsity soccer, just being able to represent Central on this shirt on your chest, it makes you feel so proud. And that's what we play for, is what's on our chest. Central's a great place to be, a great program, and we're just a family, which makes this amazing to be a part of.
It's something very proud to know that I'm part of this program, and seeing the rich history and successful history that this program has had, being a part of it makes me feel very proud. And I want to be able to make the rest of everybody else here and the rest of Central proud, fulfilling the successful program and making sure that successfulness moves on to the next generation.
The beauty of high school soccer is that every year is different. You know, you've got different players coming in, and you know some of the guys coming in who can help you, but you're rebuilding a team every single year. The good thing is for us, obviously, we have talented players, and we focus on that, on what we have coming in, and we build that chemistry as a team. And I think, based on last year, obviously we had a lot of success, and the last few years we've had a lot of success. Now it's just a matter of finding what our strengths are, building off of that, and taking it to the limit again.
And welcome, Red Devil fans, to another season of Hunterdon Central Boys Soccer here on the HCTV live stream. Jim Johnson today, joined by Bryce Cohn. As it's opening day, Bryce, a lot of excitement here. Our Red Devils in action against Franklin. Central comes into this one with another lofty rank, 8th, currently in the NJ.com preseason. What do you think about this team, Bryce?
I think we got a really young and hungry team with us in the Hunterdon Central this year, and they really just need to set the tone early this season. Obviously, today is their home opener and their opener on the season, as well as Franklin's opener on the year. Both teams really just need to set the tone early this season to continue to have a nice momentum going into the late fall season.
Well, Bryce, first of all, it's great having you up here, and you're a junior here at Central. It's great having the students back. When I was up here last year during the pandemic, which was a different kind of year, it was great to at least have the students playing, but I was kind of up here more or less solo, and it's great to have a regular crew, yourself, Sean and Austin on camera, Jenna tech directing today. We've got a full house up here in the press box at Stewart Field, and it is exciting for me to have all the students back working here with the Red Devils. So last year I mentioned it was just a different kind of year, but certainly a successful one. The Red Devils played a modified schedule as did all the teams in the state. They went 11-3, and they won the Central Jersey Group 4 championship, but there was no state championship last year. It's just the way the rules were set up. They wanted to limit travel. So how hungry, Bryce, do you think these guys are this year to maybe make their mark, maybe go all the way to states?
Well, we got a really young team this year. A lot of these kids are JV kids from last year that are finally up on the varsity level, and they really just want to continue that legacy that last year's team left, and they didn't even get the opportunity to play for states. However, this year they do want to set the mark and let them know that this is their year to shine, and they will do a fantastic job if they just set the tone early and continue to just dominate like they've done in previous years.
Coach Anson Smith has such an interesting strategy here at Central. He often has a senior-laden team. As you mentioned before, I think they had 19 or 20 seniors last year that graduated, but that's par for the course for Coach Smith. He loads up and brings the next level of players in. He lost Ralph Russo, Kevin Adams, Thomas Schmidt, Josh Noble, a whole bunch. Max Drenane, the leading scorer last year. But they're back at it, and we are ready for action here in the opening moment of play. Bryce, why don't you take it away and let us know what's going on?
Alrighty, Franklin starting off early with their first possession near their goal, trying to just make something out of the beginning of this game with a little turnover. Franklin taking it down the middle of the field. A lot of physical action going on early. This Central team is very physical. They have been in previous years, and they'll continue to try that as a main strategy as to how they get a lot of their goals, just being a very upfront and physical team, trying their hardest to just dominate in every way, especially on the defensive end.
So that went out of bounds, and that was Evan Vasquez. Vasquez now with the ball. He scored the game-winning goal last year in the Group 4 Central Jersey Championship game. So he is one of the returning players here for the Red Devils. So certainly big things expected from Evan Vasquez, his third year on the varsity team. And it looks like the Red Devils have a corner to get things going here early.
All right, and here's a golden opportunity for Central to set the momentum here with their corner kick. Let's see how things progress from here. All right. Little action up front, but Franklin gets the ball, trying to reset it. Little back and forth action going here. Franklin trying to hold possession of it.
And we talked to Franklin coach Eric Osman in the outset of this one. Osman in his fourth year let us know that he has a lot of returning players. They were a young team last year. They went 5-9-1, as young teams will do. You learn by growing pains, right? But Osman very confident about this year's club as he has a veteran unit to take on the Red Devils here on opening day.
One of the things that coach also pointed out is that they only lost 2 starters from last year. So a lot of chemistry built up, but as Central starts to get into the swing of things, they're going to kick it down to their goalie. All right.
That's Callan Armitage, our goalie. Only a sophomore. Armitage made his mark in his freshman year in varsity. And as an aside, Callan's expressed some interest in doing some announcing this year. So I'm expecting some big things with Callan on HCTV, but we'll see how that goes. We'll let the soccer season get itself going first.
All right, and Callan's going to have a lot of tests today as this Franklin unit is very good offensively. Franklin with the ball back around the center of the field, seeing what they can do. And a bit of a turnover here as the Red Devils get a little bit of momentum. Chasing the ball down the sideline. That was number 10, Adam Cook, fighting for the ball near the corner of the field as Franklin regains possession.
And Cook playing his first varsity game, just a junior. So, and on this team, juniors are certainly in the younger players, although we have 3 Red Devils sophomores on the roster this year. So, actually 4 on the roster, Bryce. That's a lot for Coach Smith.
Absolutely, and hopefully they can build something out of this young core. As we have a turnover here, and it's going to be Franklin ball. All right. And we're going to have Franklin losing the ball.
That's off Gander Bow of Franklin. So putting it in play for the Red Devils. Down in the corner, that's Vasquez, the senior. Mentioned before, had that big goal last year in that 1-0 win over Princeton to cap off what was a very nice season, as nice as it could get in a pandemic situation.
All right. Once again, another golden opportunity here for Hunterdon Central.
We've got Adam Cook on the corner kick here.
Let's see if they can make something out of this here. Whistle blown here on that corner kick. We have an official talking to Adam Cook.
A redo for Adam Cook, as we are just about 5 minutes into this one.
Ball up in the air. All right, and it's looking like, once again, another physical and up front, close proximity type of fight for this ball, as it's going to go right out of bounds.
The ball's been almost exclusively in the Red Devils scoring zone, Bryce. I think the Warriors only brought it past midfield one time, so Central no real scoring chances so far, but they have been kind of maintaining tempo here.
Yeah, sometimes you can't look at the scorecard to see who's really doing the best part at keeping this game in their possession. It's been Central ball a majority of this game so far, as that one rolls out of bounds once again.
It's going to be another corner for Cook, this time from the far side. So Red Devils look to get things started.
This is Central's third corner kick, and like he said, just a little over 5 minutes into this game so far. This one's deflected off of Franklin's head, as we have it going back into Central's hands.
Whoa, that's off the upright. If we were just playing a different sport, we could have some fun with that one, Bryce, but not so much here. Adam Cook way off the right upright.
Yes, unfortunately, this is not the football field right now. This is the soccer field.
But we don't want our football team kicking any off the uprights either, so.
Colin Adams lost a fight with that, but it's going to be Franklin taking this one over. Franklin using this as another opportunity to get into Central's goal. And
it's Devin Ingram attacking toward the net, but couldn't quite maintain possession as it heads back the other way.
Colin Adams once again gets his in possession as he tries to drive that one down the field, with Thomas Schreiber trying to fight for it near Franklin's goal as it rolls out of bounds.
And it looks like we're going to have yet another corner.
Hunterdon Central keeps getting these key opportunities here. They need to capitalize at least one of these times to get an early start.
They're saying this one's off Central.
All right, so not a corner kick, but it's going to be Franklin ball. All right, and Zach Perrin lost that one as Franklin starts to drive down the field once again. This is their second time getting into the Hunterdon Central. And he was tripped up there. Looked at was by Ryan Norbosch as he tries to put it down the field for Colin Adams. Adams letting that one roll out of bounds.
You mentioned Zach Perrone, one of those four sophomores that we mentioned before, so he's got a bright future ahead of him here at Central.
And he's lucky to get playing time with all these juniors and seniors on the roster as well.
Hey, you got to be good to make that playing time.
Absolutely. Like we said earlier, Coach Smith is no joke, so if you're a sophomore on this roster, especially an underclassman, fighting for playing time with these upperclassmen, it means you're doing something correct.
Yeah, the Red Devils are just 2 years removed from losing a heartbreaker in the state championship against Clifton in overtime in the shootout. And then last year, as we've already alluded to, they went as far as they could go, winning the Central Jersey Group 4 championship with no state. So this year the hope is we are back to normal, is whatever the normal is going to be, but we're very hopeful, certainly optimistic that the season will go on with hopefully just a couple bumps along the way, and that's for all the teams involved. Last year there were games canceled sometimes on a moment's notice because too many students were testing positive with COVID, and the hope is this year we can get back to that sense of normalcy.
Absolutely. And with this season opener, it's going to be a wonderful fall season.
Yeah, it's just great to have everyone back. Bryce, I can't really state that enough. It's great to have people outside watching their sons play and their friends play. It's just delightful.
Absolutely. And it's also a pleasure to be back as Adam Cook tries to get this in there as it's swallowed up by the Franklin goalie.
So the Red Devils so far, even though they've maintained possession for the most part, really haven't had any scoring opportunities of note.
So that one's punted right into the bleachers.
Almost has that feel, Bryce, of an opening game. These guys are just trying to feel the situation out a little bit. Really not unusual.
Absolutely, especially for these kids that have never played varsity before. It's definitely a time to get those feelings out. A little bit of excitement, a little bit of nerves, but truly just a lot of getting used to the feeling. It's got a lot of action as Franklin's trying to drive down, but that's going to go right into the goalie. Callan Armitage once again showing his presence on the field as the underclassman, the sophomore this year.
And it's worth mentioning this is the opening game of a special doubleheader on opening day. The Red Devils girls team with Coach Janine Calhoun will likewise take on the Franklin Warriors. That game is a scheduled 6 o'clock start, provided things move along. And of course, the action will be brought to you by one Mr. Bryce Cohen and HCTV here on the live stream. So we hope you fans will stick around.
All right, and we're getting ready to get back into the action here. It's going to be right back into Hunterdon Central's possession as another battle with Adam Cook continuing to show his presence on the field.
Yeah, he really does. He's all over the place, Cook. He's going to be a nice player this year for Central.
Absolutely, he's been special in previous years, and hopefully he's going to make his presence known on this varsity team. All right, we got Cook taking it down back to Adams. Adams trying to get with it, but Franklin deflected off. As we got more action as Franklin is just trying to get some kind of action near Hunterdon Central's goal, but really neither team has been able to get a really good shooting opportunity. As Cook gets it once again, trying to get some momentum. As we got Zach Perrin, the sophomore, like we're talking about these underclassmen today, just trying to get something done here.
And Colin Adams, not related to last year's standout Kevin Adams, who graduated. Kevin now is already seen a fair amount of playing time at Muhlenberg College over in Allentown, so congratulations to Kevin. Ralph Russo is going to Westchester University to play soccer this year. So some of the Red Devils are making their mark at the next level in college soccer.
Absolutely, and it's always amazing to see these Red Devil alumni doing greater things past the college level, high school level, excuse me.
So we're about 13 minutes into this one. Bryce, not too much happening from a scoring situation. The Red Devils have had 3 corner kicks so far, but no real opportunities. Again, as we mentioned, it still has that very tentative feel of a first game where they're just trying to kind of feel the situation out.
Absolutely. It feels very tense right now, like a lot of nerves, but it's really just the first game of the season. They just got to feel for what the action's like. It's a lot more high speed than practice, despite what all these players will tell you. It's just a whole nother experience. And so far, it's just been a lot of physical soccer, just trying to move along the ball and just trying to get it into scoring position, which hasn't been a lot of opportunities so far for both teams, especially for Franklin, who has been struggling to get the ball in a scoring position. As you have the Red Devils getting it back in that position, it's a lot of action happening up front by the Franklin goal, as the Franklin goalie has been doing an amazing job so far. All right, ball up in the air, and that's going to be deflected off of the head of a Franklin defender. As we have Colin Adams fighting for possession here, trying to get a scoring opportunity here. He passes it down to Eamon Sabwawe, who's one of the seniors of this team.
Albeit a new one, a new face to Central Soccer, is a senior this year, playing his first year of varsity.
That one once again deflected off of a Franklin defender. As we have more action happening up front here. Not a lot of action happening up front, not a lot of shooting, but we do see a lot of back and forth between Franklin and the Red Devils.
Well, here's an opportunity, and it's Vasquez, excuse me.
Shoot.
He's got it.
All right, Evan Vasquez, who is the senior of this team, one of the star players of this team, getting the goal here.
Boy, Bryce, I stepped all over your goal call.
You didn't
Boy,
step all over
I'm
anything.
in preseason form myself. But Evan Vasquez has now scored the last 2 goals for the Central Red Devils. He got the game winner last year in the playoffs, and he gets the opening game, and they're going to depend on him for so much this year because they lost so much offense from last year's team, but he is certainly one of the key players, and he shows it in the early going.
Now it's going to be a 1-0 Red Devil lead here as Franklin's going to have to kick it up a notch to keep up with Hunterdon Central. Because once Hunterdon Central gets that first goal, the goals will continue to pour in. And they also play, like I said earlier, amazing defense. So it's going to be really tough, especially now in a deficit, to try to get back.
As we look at our number 12s, number 12 for Franklin is Jimmy Velasquez. So if we make that mistake, we'll try not to.
A lot of physical action happening up front here by the Franklin goal. A couple bodies on the ground. Let's see who we have up front here.
Yeah, sometimes, Bryce, it's just a matter of just that one breakthrough play, and then things can get rolling. But we're still quite a bit away from that happening in a 1-0 game. But once again, we got our friend Adam Cook with a corner kick.
Corner kicks haven't had much success here in the beginning, but we can see if they try to turn a corner right here to add on to their already early lead. It's just slightly off there for Iman Zimbabwe, who's also, like I mentioned earlier, the senior. Just off the mark there.
Central certainly dominating possession in this game. It hasn't even been close. But again, really just that one scoring opportunity, but they capitalized on it. So if I'm not mistaken, this is Cook's 5th corner of the game.
The post, the window's in the way of mine. Yeah. You got it?
No. There we go.
I'm trying to
Cook, ball up in the air, just off the mark there, as Franklin and Central is going to be fighting for this once again. But Franklin is going to kick the ball towards midfield, and it's right back in the hands of Brandon Michaels.
And we've got a lot of sports here on HCTV that all begins today. Bryce, we mentioned the doubleheader. That's all we're going to have this week, but then next week we're going almost every day.
All right, now an off the mark shot by Franklin. And not a lot of action here happening for Franklin, and not a lot of success when it comes to the shooting so far. But overall, really great job by Hunterdon Central to keep the ball away from their goalie and their goal, and to really dominate possession time so far of the ball. They continue with this, they'll have winning ways for a long season.
Yes, this is opening day for most of the soccer teams across the state. There were a few schools who played yesterday. Of course, school was closed yesterday for Rosh Hashanah. So the vast majority of public schools were not in action, but I did see that there were a few schools that did play yesterday. So by and large, this is opening day here, and it's great to have everyone back, both for the boys and the girls. High expectations here at Central this year.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a great long season for all the fall sports going into this year. And it's not too bad temperature-wise today. Nice partly cloudy day. The sun's not really shining right now, but it's a nice cool temperature. Great soccer weather.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's great backyard weather, Bryce.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, this is...
Might kick back and do a little grilling tonight when we get back.
Hey, what can I bring? Just check with your parents, see if I can bring over a steak or something, okay?
Absolutely. As Franklin has the ball right by the center of the field, up in the air once again. As our goalie, Callan Armitage, swallows that up. He's really making his presence known so far. A couple shots on the goal, but he hasn't let anything through.
And again, he was a part-time player as a freshman, part-time goalie, splitting time with Kevin Minch. They probably saw equal time last year, but he certainly is going to be the main goalie this year and for the next 3 years here at Hunterdon Central.
Absolutely a bright future for him as he's been playing a long time and he's been doing a great thing so far in his Central career. As this ball is going down right by Franklin's goal as Adam Cook once again fighting for it but losing the ball to Franklin defenders. Once again, physical battle up front. Colin Adams running just slightly off the mark there. This ball is up in the air once again. It's going to be swallowed up and then taken right back by Adam Cook. All right, and once again, just another back and forth battle near Franklin's goal, but it's coming near the center of the field as that one's back up in the air. Adam Cook staring it down, and there's a whistle called there. We'll wait the call from the official.
They call that one offsides on Cook. I think Cook disagrees with that one. But that is indeed the call as we've hit the halfway point here in the first half. 1-0 Red Devils.
And so far, just 20 minutes into this game, we're seeing a lot of Red Devil possession, like we mentioned earlier, as Ryan Norbash tries to fight this one off. Just a lot of back and forth. However, it stayed mostly towards Franklin's side of the field, so not a lot of action for Franklin on the offensive end, but a lot of defense played by them, although they have let up one goal so far as that ball rolls out of bounds.
Now Vasquez, I've noticed this year, and I saw him talk to him last week after practice, sporting a bushy hairdo. Different looking kid than he was last year when he scored that winning goal. So so I'm going to get used to that new do on the field, but certainly a nice start here by Evan Vasquez.
Absolutely. Scoring the last 2 goals by this Hunterdon Central team dating back to last year, and hopefully can continue those scoring ways for a nice, good senior season as Adam Cook tries to take this one, and it's be knocked right back into the hands of Franklin.
Endless energy by Adam Cook. He's all over the place.
He's hungry. He's determined for more, that's for sure. As Franklin is getting swallowed up by offensive members of this Red Devil team. As some more actions try, he gets tripped up. Call on the field. Schreiber looked a little slow to get up, but hopefully everything's all right with him. And it's looking like it's going to be another central possession here near Franklin's goal once again, which has been kind of the theme of the game so far. It's just offensive struggles for Franklin, but really the biggest struggle is them trying to get the ball towards Hunterdon Central's goal and getting shot opportunities.
Boy, and here's a big opportunity right here for Central.
Schreiber, who's another one of those underclassmen, he is a sophomore this year, hopefully just trying to fight for playing time. Obviously, like I said earlier, when it came to all the other underclassmen, if he's on this field right now, that means he's been doing something correct. And that was swallowed up by the Franklin goalie. Franklin getting another possession here.
Brett Pally, the Franklin goalie, has been somewhat busy. I don't want to say too busy. Central hasn't had that many shots, but they've had a couple, and that was a nice stop there.
Herling looking to inbound the ball here. As we're having a little substitution here.
Here we got a pair of Red Devils coming into this one. Kevin Murtaugh, number 6, the senior. He's going to put this one into play. Ben Feldman, also a senior, checks in for the Red Devils. He's number 9.
Colin Adams fighting for that one here, as that one's going to be swallowed up by the Franklin goalie once again. And the Warriors just trying to fight to get back into that offensive mode here, trying to get any goals up on the board here. All right, and the ball's up in the air, which has been a lot today. As, wow, number 22, Tyler Koblinski of Franklin just absolutely obliterated a Red Devil soccer member here on this field right now.
Koblinski is a physical player. I can tell by the early going. He draws the yellow card for that. Not surprising. A physical play there by Koblinski.
I'll tell you what, if I had that height and weight, I would not be on the soccer field. I'd be on the football field, that's for sure. As Koblinski's going to go out of the game here, get a little talk with the coach, as it's going to be a Red Devil possession once again.
Number 11, Miguel Reyes Rivera, checking in for the Warriors.
And when you're down early with a lead like that, just 1-0, you don't want to make silly mistakes like that. You want to play good soccer instead of playing dirty ball like that. It can get you into trouble that you don't want to get in, especially towards later in the game.
Well, it was a physical play, Bryce. I might not quite go so far as to say dirty, but it's a physical play. It's a physical game. It happens.
Absolutely right, Jim. I agree with that.
Oh, that was almost a collision.
That would have been bad, but we have a little bit of physical action once again happening up here by the Franklin goal. You can tell that tensions are starting to run a little high here after that play.
Thomas Schreiber in on the action, almost had a shot there.
It's going to be Franklin ball once again.
And coming up at halftime, we're going to have our HCTV fall previews. We take a look at some of our teams that are pretty much starting this week. Our football team started Friday night. The Red Devils were upended at Hillsborough in the opener. But most of the teams are starting today or this week. So we'll have a look at that during halftime.
That was as Norbosch just had a great defensive play to hit that ball out of bounds. Could have just stopped a scoring possession here, as Franklin has a great opportunity here with the center ball to try to create something. As the goalie, Callan Armitage, once again swallowing that ball up. He's been doing amazing so far. As a sophomore, you could expect the pressure to be high for him, but he does not care. He is doing amazing so far as he's about to kick the ball up. And that one's going right towards the middle field here for Kevin Murtaugh, the senior, once again, like we were talking about earlier. As a Red Devil and a Warrior both hit the ground there, as it's going to be Franklin's ball once again. Franklin starting to get a little desperate, you could tell. Trying to get something up on the board, but overall still trying their hardest to... Oh, as we have a Warrior down on the ground now. Hopefully they stop play soon to check out if he's all right. Looks like he's slow to get up.
Yeah, he is slow to get up. Let's hope he just has the wind knocked out of him.
Looks like he's grabbing for his lower back towards his legs, too. He has a little limp walking off the field. Hopefully everything's all right with him.
Looks to me like it's number 3, Gander Bow. One of the starters for the Warriors. And
he's
yeah.
a junior this year, and hopefully everything is all right. As we're going to have a Franklin Warrior ball up here by Central's goal. Opportunity here to create some noise on the offensive end, as they're just going to let that ball roll out of bounds, and it's going to be a Hunterdon Central ball here. Kevin Murtaugh inbounding that one in. That was as Samori Green knocked the Red Devil to the ground.
Yeah, that was Vasquez that fell to the ground. Devils will put it in play right around midfield.
Norbosch should put the ball in play here. Norbosch also a name to look out for. Great athleticism and amazing soccer player. Hopefully he can make an impact on this team this year. It's going to be his junior season this year. As he gets the ball in a scoring position for Central. Another opportunity here swallowed up by the Franklin goal. Franklin goalie once again is Brent Polly this year. He's going to be the senior this year, going into his senior year. It's going to be Franklin ball once again. Samori Green to inbound it. As whistle blown on the field here. Let's wait for the call from the official.
Joseph Tucker, number 13, was looking for a call, and he got it. Infraction against Central.
Official speaking to Colin Adams right now. As it's going to be Franklin ball. Little under 12 minutes left to go in this first half. Once again, the Red Devils and Franklin fighting for possession as Adam Cook once again making his possession known. The field, that one's swallowed up by Brett Pally once again.
That one almost snuck in. Thomas Schreiber with an effort. It didn't look like he had much of an angle, Bryce, but he almost was able to put that one in. Very impressed by the Red Devil sophomores so far.
Absolutely. This young core is making their names heard today. That is definitely for sure. And especially with the season opener being today, if they can let their presence be known, then they'll have a nice long season worth a lot of good experience for this team.
Just between the three of them, Perrone, Schreiber, and Armitage, you've got three players who've been keys so far in this game for the Red Devils. All those are sophomore.
Absolutely. The only sophomore to not get a lot of action so far is Matthew Davis. And hopefully, if he does deserve the action, he will get in there. That's for sure. And this one's just going to roll right to the corner here. It's going to go right out of bounds. It's going to be Franklin ball.
Kawaka Owasu. Well, he'll not put that one in. That'll be number 16.
Samori Green.
Samori Green. Owasu's number 2.
As this one's rolled out once again. It's going to be taken by the goalie once again, Callan Armitage, the other sophomore that we've been talking about so highly today.
Again, a warm welcome to all Red Devil fans here. Opening day on the HCTV live stream of what will be several dozen Hunterdon Central sporting events. We're glad you're able to join us today. Jim Johnson with junior Bryce Cohen. Bryce back in the saddle after a shortened COVID year, and it's great to have him back.
And it's a pleasure to be back, that's for sure, Jim. Just a little under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Franklin still struggling to get scoring opportunities here as Hunterdon Central's been playing fantastic defense so far, holding on to that 1-0 lead. Similar to last year's championship, with Vasquez scoring the only goal of this game so far. And one of the great things about Evan Vasquez is he's not only such a great scorer, he's very intense on the defensive end. As you can see him here, playing intense defense, trying to just create more scoring opportunities for Hunterdon Central to create a little bit of a cushion for them.
Oh, here's a chance now for Franklin.
As we have a little slip up right in the front, as Franklin cannot capitalize on that opportunity necessarily yet.
Not at all.
Golden opportunity, and they completely missed it here as that one's going to almost roll out of bounds. But Franklin kept it alive as Samori Green once again gets the ball near the 40-yard line.
And there haven't been a lot of opportunities for the Warriors. They really needed to do something more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a golden drive right there, and they just completely blew it on the offensive end.
Reyes Rivera coming down the right side. Thought he'd have a little bit of activity, put it back out in front, but nothing doing. So, nonetheless, Franklin will maintain possession as we are under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Still just a one-goal game, 1-0 Red Devils.
Goes to show you how well these defenses have been playing so far. There's been a lot of time spent in Franklin's goal in their area, but Franklin getting a nice opportunity once again near Hunterdon Central's goal, hoping they can capitalize on another first half opportunity here. And the opposing team, Franklin's coach, Eric Osman, is getting visibly angry on the sideline as he's trying to create some communication with his team who's been lacking on the offensive end all day. As the Red Devils clear that ball. But Franklin gets it right back in their possession. Just trying to create some offense has been really the theme of the day for Franklin. As the Warriors once again can't get any action going.
Nice clear there by the Red Devils.
Overall, it's been Hunterdon Central really bodying the Franklin Warriors today on both the offensive end and the defensive end. As Vasquez takes the ball up once again, that one's just going to roll on out to, looks like Schreiber down there.
Yep.
Schreiber gives it back to Vasquez as that one's deflected off of a Franklin head. As once again, Hunterdon Central gets another opportunity. And Franklin gets the ball back. That one was highly defended by Colin Adams, but I believe there's a whistle on that one.
Yep, a whistle. Not sure if that was an offside on Reyes Rivera, but at any rate, it's going to come back. Clock ticks under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Again, a doubleheader action today. Stick around after this one. After a break, it'll be the Lady Red Devils opening its season today. Central opens its season against Franklin.
And the Lady Red Devils as well, after losing their star player Emily Mason last year to graduation, is looking to really build up on their young core, which you can stay tuned for and watch later.
And Emily Mason picking up right where she left off, Bryce, right down the road at Rutgers. No surprise there. Emily plays at national competition on the Olympic under-19 team. So there's no surprise she jumped right into the Big Ten and make her presence felt right away. And indeed she has.
Absolutely. And she's got a huge future, a very bright future ahead of her, and we'll be following her for the rest of her collegiate career.
Certainly one of the iconic names in Hunterdon Central athletic history, a Gatorade National Player of the Year. If you ever get a chance to stop by Central's lobby, it's the trophies there. And let me tell you what, there's some impressive names because they're all on there. Baseball, football, basketball names, they're all there.
Absolutely. With the award like that, you don't see that coming around too often, that's for sure.
Emily won the 2-time State Player of the Year, but it was after her junior year that she was named the Gatorade National Player of the Year. Wow, just wow. But we're back to boys soccer here in the opener as we've got 4:20 to go. Red Devils trying to add to a 1-0 lead.
And Franklin, on the other hand, just trying to bounce back and tie this game up before the half ends. Any sort of offensive bright spots would be amazing to go into the half. Evidently, it's been a struggle against this Red Devil defense so far, trying to get any action going, that's for sure.
Yeah, Franklin just can't get anything going offensively at all. It's not like they've been incredibly outplayed. Central certainly has had possession the whole time, most of the time, but they haven't had much opportunity either. They did capitalize in the Vasquez goal, but Franklin's offense just hasn't gotten anything going. A little bit like that Georgia-Clemson football game the other night, Bryce, if you caught that one on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, not a lot of offense, that's for sure.
Not a lot at all.
You could tell Clemson was definitely missing Trevor Lawrence, who was sitting up in the booth that night.
Correct. But we digress. We'll go back to soccer.
All right, some more offensive looks here as the ball is sitting near the midcourt, going back and forth between Franklin and the Red Devils as a whistle is blown here as one of the Red Devil attackers was tripped up a little.
Colin Adams goes down.
Looked like he's limping a little bit. Hopefully everything is all right with Adams on the field. If not, we will need a substitute for him.
Central will get this kick right from there.
One thing about Adams, though, is he's a very tough player. He fights, and he's very, 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 very resilient when it comes to this sport. He's been playing for a long time. He's very passionate about it. Ball up in the air, as that one's just completely caught by Brent Polly, the Franklin goalie, as he just tries to spit that one out and create some sort of offense for Franklin, as that one's just swallowed up by the Red Devils once again.
Jack Herling that time put a nice shot on that for the Red Devils.
As they try to get the ball to Vasquez, but not a lot of hope there, as Franklin's going to get the ball back near the 20-yard line.
Unofficially, the Red Devils have outshot Franklin 8-4 as we hit coming up right now on the 2-minute mark of the first half.
Once again, Vasquez trying to get some sort of action, fall on the ground, still putting the effort in. It's Kevin Murtaugh trying to create some sort of offense once again. The ball has just been hovering the midfield and near the Franklin goal for this past couple of minutes. as we're winding down to the last 2 minutes of this half. That ball's just going to roll straight out of bounds. It's going to be Franklin possession once again. Clock continues to roll. Less than a minute and a half to go. See if any sort of action can happen before this half ends. If not, we'll be going into the half with a 1-0 Red Devil lead. The only goal scored by Evan Vasquez. Franklin, once again, trying to get the ball out of their side of the field, but it's been a challenge all day, and it's continued to be a challenge with how tough this defense is.
Nick Rigo on the side, number 20.
Whoa.
Oh, there's some contact there.
There's a hard shove to the ground there.
That was Luke Berardi, number 16 for the Red Devils.
As he just really got into the game there. As the clock starts to really wind down here, ball's going to be near the Red Devil goal. Franklin trying to get something before the half ends. Clock still winding down. And the ball's just going to go right back.
No, here's an opportunity for Vasquez. Final
Vasquez with
15 seconds.
Clock rolling down. Can he create something here? Vasquez with the shot. No good as Brent Pauly once again swallows that one up. And the clock is now officially ticking down. We are going to go into our half with a 1-0 Red Devil lead.
So, Bryce, what do we think so far? We were watching the first 10, 15 minutes of this one. Seemed a little sluggish. They were kind of doing a little 8th grade dancing there, a little nervous on the side, trying to get a feel for the game. But things picked up. What was your assessment?
I think we had a lot of nerves going into this game. A lot of tense first opening game feels. But after the first couple of minutes of this game, once we got that Evan Vasquez goal, the Red Devil boys, especially those sophomores, really kicked on the jets and started playing super aggressive on the defensive and offensive end, getting up 9 shots on the offensive end, as well as only letting up 4 shots and really keeping possession of that ball. Franklin just really struggled to get the ball near the Red Devil goal, but what can you say with a team that is going in this year with, you know, a young core? The Red Devils have been doing amazing so far, and hopefully continue these ways to keep that 1-0 lead. And even though it's a 1-0 lead, that's a huge cushion for Hunterdon Central. That's all they need to win the game.
So stick around here at halftime. We're going to present our HCTV fall preview. We hope you've enjoyed the first half. The Red Devils have a 1-0 lead over Franklin here at halftime at Stewart Field.
Off the crossbar! Goal! Good try to deflect off the goal team!
Switch to left field and down for a base hit. Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board! Touchdown, Red Devils! On the deflection! On the deflection! Hunterdon Central!
We've got some big names that we lost, but we're definitely going to come back stronger this year. And I think that carrying on the legacy is definitely something that our team is looking to continue. I think my favorite thing is everyone's willingness to be a part of the team. There's no stars here. We are all working together, and the unity that's come with this team, I think it's going to be really special.
This has been one of the best blessings I've had in my life. The people I've met here, the friendships I've created, it honestly is like a family to me. They just taught me how to be the best leader possible, how to encourage my teammates even when I'm feeling down. They've never ever made anyone feel bad about themselves, and I hope to do that with my teammates as well.
Well, it's just a very big opportunity for everybody who comes in because this team is very welcoming. The whole group of people are very welcoming. We train very hard. We do a lot of competition stuff, and it's just a good opportunity for people.
Just from this last summer, I've seen an amazing work rate, some amazing talent, and even though we've lost some amazing players, I really think that we've brought in so many more great players. And we really do have the potential, especially with all the veteran players coming in again this year. We really do have what it takes to go far.
Well, I don't know if you necessarily fill any one individual shoes, but you fill shoes by committee, you know? We have a lot of new players on the team this year. In addition to graduating Emily, we graduated 9 starters, 12 seniors. So there's a lot of shoes to be filled, and that just means that there's a lot of opportunity for the players over there who made the team, and they know that. So the work rate and the energy and the intensity is really high.
We're a very driven team. A lot of individuals here who have worked very hard this off season and are ready to work in the preseason, into the season. So that's the main thing for me. Very driven team. Young, but very, very driven.
Being my 3rd year on varsity soccer, just being able to represent Central on this shirt on your chest, it makes you feel so proud. And that's what we play for, is what's on our chest. Central's a great place to be, a great program, and we're just a family, which makes this amazing to be a part of.
It's something very proud to know that I'm part of this program, and seeing the rich history and the successful history that this program has had, being a part of it makes me feel very proud. And I want to be able to make the rest of everybody else here and the rest of Central proud, fulfilling the successful program and making sure that successfulness moves on to the next generation.
The beauty of high school soccer is that every year is different. You know, you've got different players coming in, and you know some of the guys coming in who can help you, but you're rebuilding a team every single year. The good thing is for us, obviously, we have talented players, and we focus on that, on what we have coming in, and we build that chemistry as a team. And I think, based on last year, obviously we had a lot of success. The last few years we've had a lot of success. Now it's just a matter of finding what our strengths are, building off of that, and taking it to the limit again.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we have expectations that we need to lead and we need to meet each year, and I feel like we're doing a good job. Like, we're already starting and we're meeting expectations that we needed to last year, and we're doing that again this year.
It makes me feel that I have to live up to it. It's a big standard that you have to live up to, and you have to play really hard because that's the Central name.
I think it'll definitely be interesting, like all new faces and new positions. It's going to be eye-opening, just like Coach always says, like, it's easy to move everyone's position around, so someone could come in as playing defense and move up to forward, so it'll be interesting seeing how that plays out.
Definitely a work in progress. We only have 2 returning starters, 4 that ever stepped on a varsity field. We lost 12 seniors, so we have a lot of shoes to fill. But they're working hard. We're seeing a lot of great things. Our underclassmen are really proving themselves. So although there's a lot of new faces, especially in goal, I think we'll compete and we'll do great things once we get it all set together.
We have a group of guys that really want to be here. And we're excited about what we see, and we have runners and hitters. Defensively, guys that may be undersized, we got guys that will run and tackle, and that's the first prerequisite of being a football player. The way they've been practicing, the way they've been preparing, I hope it lends to winning games on Friday night. But at the end of the day, I couldn't be prouder of how these kids have practiced this year and everything they've done in the offseason. You know, so in a lot of ways, we've already won.
I mean, the camaraderie is great. Coming off last year, not having a locker room, things really weren't normal in a lot of senses. Didn't have normal football season, not normal school, but this year things seem to be coming back to normal, and it feels really good.
I think we definitely learned to, keep the energy up, not to get down on ourselves. It's a fresh week each week. Definitely to come out like we won the game next week in practice and work towards the next game.
I think we learned that, we got to execute. Execution is key, and knowing your job is the key. Losing isn't fun, obviously, but, our team, we've done a much better job, everybody knowing their jobs, and a lot of coaches coaching guys up, and hopefully we'll know our jobs as soon as September 2nd comes.
It's an honor. It's an experience. I mean, yeah, we got amazing guys back there. I mean, everyone, who's in that backfield, they work their butts off, to get in that position. Going into this year, just play as hard as I can for the team. If we can, maybe even a championship.
Right now we have 3 seniors that have 3 extremely different personalities, and it's really been kind of a nice leadership thing for us because they present different opportunities of leadership for the rest of the team. And our goal this year is to also get some of those juniors and sophomores on board with the leadership role, so that as the seniors kind of leave the program after this year, that carries on and becomes a little bit stronger once they're gone also.
I think I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. Ever since I was a freshman, I was always thinking about my senior season. I can't wait to be older. I can't wait to be the leaders of the team. And even though we have a younger team this year, we're just going to try our best to work very hard and get as many reps and as much practice as we can get to be the best that we can be.
Well, although we are limited on seniors, we have a very young team that's very capable of everything, and last year we even took on a younger role, and we brought up a lot of younger classmen, and we were able to train them with the seniors that left, and I think it's going to be a great year.
I feel like this team is great, honestly. We just have such a great bond, and we can communicate easily, and it's just easy to talk to each other, because I feel like we just have a wide range of different players and hitters and passers, and we just all form into one.
And welcome back as we are in the opening minute of play here in the second half. Red Devils have a 1-0 lead over Franklin. Red Devils have really dominated time of possession in this one, Bryce. But again, they really have had only a couple of opportunities, but that's a couple of opportunities more than Franklin's had.
Absolutely. And as we start the second half, Red Devils just want to continue their dominance on the offensive and defensive end, to continue their winning ways. Dating back to last season, it's the season opener today, with Evan Vasquez getting the only goal to have the Red Devils leading 1-0 to start the second half. As we get right back into play, Franklin looking to be a little bit more aggressive this second half, trying to just even the score and hopefully get back in a position where they can win their season opener as well. But so far, it's been a struggle for them to get open looks and get any real scoring opportunities, as a Red Devil and Franklin defender gets tied up there. That was on the Red Devil end, Luke Berardi, as well as number 19,
Chris Archer Kennedy. So 2 of them getting tangled up in the opening couple minutes of play. Again, 1-0 lead, even though the Red Devils have somewhat dominated time of possession. 1 goal is 1 goal, and 1 shot can even things up. So Central would certainly like a little more breathing room, to say the least.
Absolutely, as Franklin got once again more opportunities here to try and even up the score, as the Red Devils goalie is going to swallow that one pretty much up and give that back to the Red Devils, hopefully trying to get them a little bit more of a cushion here on the offensive end.
And as expected, Callan Armitage is the full-time goalie this year. Last year as a freshman, Armitage split time with then senior Kevin Finch. Armitage generally played first half, Finch second, but now it's his job.
And Colin Adams looking for a call there as he was knocked to the ground. Very frustrated as no whistles were blown there for him. As once again Armitage has given that one back to the Red Devils.
Tyler Kublinski was hoping he had an opportunity there, but it was offside, so back come the Red Devils.
All right, back to work here for the Red Devils as Kevin Murtaugh gets that one knocked away from him as it's back in the hands of the Red Devils here. Just trying to work out this possession as the ball's up in the air. Fighting for an opportunity to score here as that one is just knocked right over the upright towards the left side of the goalie, or the goal. As it's going to be a Franklin possession here.
Warriors trying to get something on track offensively. Just hasn't been an impressive performance at all from an offensive standpoint for Franklin. But again, defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Absolutely, and unofficially it's been 10 shots for the Red Devils and only 4 for Franklin. As Franklin has really just struggled the most to get opportunities to shoot, and they haven't capitalized on the 4 shots that they have taken. As Franklin once again trying to clear that ball. It's going to be knocked right back to Armitage. Hopefully trying to reset here, trying to get another scoring opportunity. That one's going to be pushed towards the north side of the field as that one's going to be knocked out of bounds by Franklin. It's going to be a Red Devil ball once again.
Hate to disagree, Bryce, but I think that's the south side of the field.
South side, is that what we're calling?
I think that's south down there.
Really?
I think that's south, that's north. We'll talk about directions later. We're nitpicking here.
All right, so on the south side of the field, we have the Red Devils getting a possession once again. Murtaugh throwing that one in. As we have a little bit of action happening up front. Another shot on goal, but that one is swallowed up by Polly. Over by the Warriors' goal. As the Warriors try to reset once again here.
Straight on shot by Cook, but a relatively easy play for Polly.
Don't look at the scorecard, but Cook had a really good first half, making his presence known. He was hustling all over the field, and he was making plays that really ended up setting up the Vasquez goal in the end.
And Bryce, you came into the press box today. You didn't think you were going to get that geography lesson, but here you go. You thought last year was all academics and you couldn't do sports here on TV, but here we are. It's a learning institution here at Hunterdon Central.
Absolutely, it's a learning experience here as well.
That's right.
You got to remember that all these students on the field are just students at the end of the day. As the Red Devils trying to get something going here, as number 20 for the Red Devils, Nick Riga, the junior, just knocks into the Franklin goalie, trying to get the ball, but nothing out of that one.
Nick's brother Alex, a member of last year's sectional champion team.
He's trying to keep his brother's legacy going.
Absolutely.
This one's going to be a Franklin ball. They're trying to hurry it up here, trying to get something going. As that one was just kicked right up.
Lucas Matos putting it down.
And we got Brandon Michaels once again, just trying to feed the ball into any of his attacks. As that one's intercepted by Franklin. Franklin trying to get something, but he's swarmed by Red Devil defenders. That one was Dylan Munitz swarming and getting to the ball. As we have the Red Devils trying to get another scoring opportunity here as Vasquez is zooming down the field. And this one's going to be, wow, and he completely just takes him down, and that's going to be a call on the field. Whistle blown by the official. It's going to be Franklin ball once again.
Yes, he took him down all right, to the point where it's Franklin ball. So again, we are about 6.5 minutes into the second period. Still 1-0 Red Devils, and down goes Nick
Chris
Riga.
Archer Kennedy once again. Just being very physical today. The sophomore trying to make his presence known on the field for Franklin. He's a sophomore amongst all upperclassmen, so evidently he's doing something correct if he's on the field today, that's for sure. And this Franklin team, like we said earlier during the first half, is pretty much the same team as last year minus 2 starters. So they are really an experienced veteran core here, but very unimpressive start to today's game, that's for sure.
Certainly offensively. Cook will get an opportunity here.
Cook feeds inside. No activity going on there as Kevin Murtaugh tries to get something going once again. A lot of upwards action here. And that one's going to be right above the goal. Missed shot right there. But once again, you got to think about it. Even though it was a missed shot, that is another shot opportunity as the Red Devils unofficially have 13 shots on goal now compared to the 4 shots by Franklin. They're completely dominating them on the offensive end.
Yes, they are. And that's been apparent. Again, they're only down by 1 goal, Franklin, but it almost feels more than that because they just haven't been able to get anything going offensively.
But that's what this Red Devil team will do to you. They'll make a 1-0 game feel like an absolute blowout just because of their dominance on both sides of the field as Colin Adams struggles physically against 2 defenders, but he keeps fighting them off.
Nice play there by Archer Kennedy, relentlessly pounding that ball and getting the ball back for the Warriors.
And look at that, calling the field as Colin Adams just completely fought off those defenders of Franklin. He's doing an amazing job so far this game physically, and he's been making his presence known on the field today. Vasquez came in there as well to assist him as it's going to be a Red Devil ball here. A whistle blown on the field.
They're calling that one back. Red Devils try to do the sneak attack there and get one in.
The official talking to a few Franklin and Hunterdon Central players there. Once again, Chris Archer Kennedy of the Franklin Warriors being the center of attention once again.
Yep, a physical player, Archer Kennedy. Relentless that time on Adams. But now it'll be the sophomore Zach Perron.
And you could say a lot of things today, but one of the key things we've noticed today is a lot of sophomore action today. It's been a sophomore showdown, one would say, as both teams have had one of the Franklin sophomores, Chris Archer Kennedy, making some plays today, as well as the young core for Hunterdon Central making a lot of plays. As we have Vasquez once again fighting defenders off, trying to get something happening, but really just trying to reset as he passes that to Michaels, changing direction as it's going to go down to Kevin Murtaugh, who shoots it to Colin Adams, trying to get something done. Adams swarmed by Franklin defenders. That one's going to roll right on out of bounds.
When I talked to Coach Smith last week after practice, just about a lot of new faces here, and they had that before. He said, hey, after 10 days or so of practice, it's the new team, it's the new field. They kind of know where they are with things. So at that point, they feel pretty comfortable. Had a couple scrimmages under their belt. I think they had 3 scrimmages. Felt really good about things heading into this year, and certainly hoping to get the W. I think at this point, it's safe to say Central would like to have a little more of a cushion than just 1-0. It feels like they should, Bryce, but it's still just 1-0.
Yeah, shooting 1 on 13 is not the most impressive stat, but when it's only a 1-0 game, you got to take it for granted as you can't take it for granted as, any point in this game it could change. And, directionally, it's going all in the Red Devils' direction so far today, but you got to take it for account that Franklin can score a goal anytime and tie this game up. And evidently, you don't want to see a tie game here. You want to continue to see Red Devil dominance.
I can see the Franklin coach, Eric Osman, demonstrative over there on the sideline. Didn't like that one.
He's been visibly upset pretty much the entirety of this game as they haven't been getting the calls that they've been wanting, as well as not getting the shots they've wanted. But Franklin just continuing to try to battle back as the Red Devils continue to drive down. That's going to be
Riga.
Riga once again getting a shot.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and just missed. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. That looked like Adam Cook down there that missed that shot.
Nice centering pass there by Nick Riga. Cook had her just wide. Could have been that elusive second goal, and you get that feel, Bryce, with 2 goals is going to be more than enough today.
Oh, absolutely. It's been an offensive defensive showdown so far, but a second goal for this Red Devil team, and that would have been fantastic for them. Especially a 2-goal cushion could be a whole different game going in, as it's now just under 30 minutes left in this game. Franklin really trying to kick it up to another notch here as they're starting to understand that it's been a Red Devil dominant game so far. As that one's going to go right into Vasquez. Vasquez trying to make another play here. He's had the only goal of the game today as he passes that one down to Michaels. Whistle blown on the field. As it's actually going to be still in play. It's going to be Dylan Munitz letting that one roll out.
See Coach Janine Calhoun arriving with the Central girls as the girls sitting in the bleachers getting set for action, which will be probably about an hour away. 27 and change left in this game. And again, stick around for Game 2 here on the HCTV live stream. It's doubleheader here on opening day. The Red Devils and the Franklin Warriors here from Stewart Field.
Absolutely, and as long as this rain can continue to hold off, the weather has been very nice today, and we'll have another wonderful weather game for the second soccer game tonight here with girls soccer instead of boys soccer. As Franklin trying to restart once again. That was intercepted by the Red Devils as they have another beautiful opportunity. Vasquez going to get his shot blocked by Polly.
What a save there by Polly. Golden opportunity for Vasquez, but Polly equal to the challenge.
Let me tell you, Jim, if I was facing Vasquez one-on-one right there, I would have been shivering. Let me tell you, he is a scary shooter.
Bryce, that's why you're up here and he's down there.
Absolutely.
You ever heard that one before?
That's why I'm not down on the field.
You and me both, brother.
All right, that one's going to just go fly right out of bounds. It's going to be Franklin ball is looking like right now. They're going to have it on the Red Devils side of the field once again. Hopefully they can create a scoring opportunity here as it's currently just a 1-0 Red Devil lead. You can imagine Franklin would appreciate any type of scoring right now or scoring opportunity just to try to even this game up. A 1-1 game is a lot different than a 1-0 game, especially with this Red Devil squad.
Oh, no question. There's another Coach Osmond over there.
Osmond's been
he
visibly...
He can't believe it.
Oh, man. He's been upset all game. And I can't blame him. If my team was down 1-0 to the Red Devils, I'd be upset too.
And we appreciate Coach Osmond spending a few minutes with us before the game up here in the press box, giving us the lowdown. He informed us he did not coach last year during the COVID season. He took the year off, but he has been, he is in his fourth year.
As Colin Adams gets a shooting opportunity that goes right through the upright. That would be 3 points if we were playing football. However, wrong type of game right now. As he missed that beautiful opportunity, another shot on goal. That makes it the 16th unofficial shot on goal for the Red Devils here. Completely outshooting the Franklin Warriors today. They have completely dominated on the offensive end. They've shot 16 times, however, Franklin's only shot 4 times today.
Yeah, he split the uprights that, and no doubt in that one, Bryce, but unfortunately way over the soccer crossbar.
Absolutely, as that one's going to be pretty much reset, and it's going to be a Red Devil ball once again. The position is in their hands as they're trying to get some more action as Franklin's just battling back, trying to create some sort of offense here once again. Down near the 40 now. Little collision happened and the ball went out of bounds. We will see a Franklin ball once again. Every possession Franklin has had so far going towards the Red Devil goal hasn't ended the way they have wanted to. Can this be any different? As that one's just going to go straight out of bounds once again, right near Coach Osmond once again. Osmond really just trying to command this team. He wasn't very familiar with the team last year. However, the assistant coach for the Franklin Warriors is very familiar with this team as he filled in for the head coaching spot last year. And hopefully they can make the adjustments to create more of a competitive playing field here as Hunterdon Central got another golden opportunity here. That one's going to be right in the middle. And no shot there, but we have one of the other sophomores who we haven't been talking about a lot in this game, especially being outshined by the other sophomores. But Matthew Davis is out in the field right now, and he's trying to make his name heard.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen Davis out in the field today, so it's good to see him getting some playing time. Of course, if he's playing up in varsity as a sophomore, he's going to get some playing time. He's not on the team to sit the bench at that young age. He'd play JV if that were the case, so no surprise there that Matthew Davis is in.
Absolutely, and he's starting to make his impact shown on the field as we have a Franklin player rolling around on the field there. That was Vernon Spencer getting up right then. But we're going to see another Franklin ball here.
So right now we have all 4 sophomores on the pitch, as they say over the pond. Armitage, Davis, Schreiber, and a Perron, all on the field right now for the Red Devils. 4 sophomores.
If I'm Coach Anson Smith, I'm thrilled getting my young players some experience, because you take a look at that, and the next 3 years can be dominance for this Red Devil team. And that creates a whole other level of leadership going into the next couple of years and even beyond that.
A little bit of an opportunity here. Zafir Ali will put the ball into play for Franklin.
They'll try to get their 5th shot opportunity going into this game so far. That one was just deflected off by Luke Berardi, as that one's going to be going off to the Franklin side of the field. It's just going to roll right out of bounds by the front sideline.
Yep, nice clear there by Berardi, keeping things very much away from the central net. Again, Red Devils come into this one, take these polls what they're worth at this point. A preseason poll is what it is. But number 8 in the state coming in, so the expectations are pretty high.
We got Nick Riga, same spot as last time. Can he create some sort of offense? And that one was just completely intercepted by Brett Polly of the Franklin Warriors.
I thought they had it there. Beautiful, brilliant play by Riga coming down the sideline. Put it to Cook, who just didn't quite get enough on it. Thought that one was going to make it 2-0.
Cook's going to be thinking about that later, those 2 shots that just missed. One was intercepted, one was wide of the goal. But he's going to be kicking himself later, thinking he could have had 2 goals to make it a 3-0 Red Devil lead.
And now Nek Patel, number 17, another new face in the lineup here for Central as he laces him up. We're getting near the midway point of the second half, Bryce. Still 1-0 in favor of the Red Devils.
There we go. As Nek Patel gets ready to throw the ball inbounds. We got number 13, Thomas Schreiber, the sophomore, trying to get some kind of action. Franklin just knocks that one right out of bounds. Great defensive play there by, it looked like, Vernon Spencer, the senior for this team, who was a part of that core last season, that while Coach Anson was away, we had him leading the squad, and he's doing it again his senior year.
Patel puts it in play for the Red Devils in front of the net.
Another scoring opportunity here for the Red Devils. As Franklin tries to clear that one, they're doing a good job of that so far. As Colin Abbs is going to get right by his chest once again near the 35-yard line. Now we got Norbash, it looks like, trying to create some offense once again, battling off Franklin defenders. He's got Matthew Davis once again chasing after the ball. And that one's just going to be swarmed and swallowed by Brett Polly once again, who in the second half and the second half of the first half has been doing a pretty good job of defending the goal. I mean, 18 shots taken and only 1 have gone by. If the Franklin Warriors were leading right now, it would be a whole nother narrative for this goalie.
Correct. He's had a pretty solid day, has Polly.
However, Vasquez got one by him. That's all that matters with that 1-0 score so far. Armitage once again starting up the offense for them. Neck getting into the action here as Schreiber once again passing it away. Got a shot on goal here, deflected off of Franklin. That one's just going to be booted out of bounds.
Once again, a nice stop there by Polly. There was a definite, solid scoring opportunity for the Red Devils there. Polly equal to the challenge.
Absolutely.
Keeping his team in the game.
He's doing a phenomenal job in this last couple of minutes doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's defending that goal. Back and forth action, a whistle blown here. Looking like it's going to be a Red Devil ball here once again.
Good opportunity here for Central to get that elusive second goal. Looks like Adams will put it into play for Central.
And until Central can get that second goal, it'll be a battle continuing back and forth. But if they do get that second goal, it'll just be a countdown of the clock, just fighting off on the defensive end. As for Franklin, you can imagine if they get scored a second goal against them, panic would start to hit as they might drop the season opener as the ball just flies over the right side of the goal. It's going to run right out of bounds.
It just seems, Bryce, like it's more than 1-0. You look at the scoreboard, 1-0, but it just seems like Central has more because just Franklin hasn't mounted anything offensively.
I agree with that, especially with that 1-0 score. You also have to look at that 19-4 when it comes to the shots taken by both teams unofficially. However, nearly 20 shots taken by Hunterdon Central compared to 4, which is a huge difference, especially when it comes to momentum for this team. As Nick just shoots that one right into the air. That one just rolled out of bounds. Nick Riga is going to be kicking himself for that one later, let me tell you. And Riga gets the ball back. He fights for it, as well as Jonathan Shesh.
Even there, when it looks like Franklin can maybe get something going offensively, no such luck.
Absolutely. Not been able to follow up with a lot of these opportunities so far into this game. And when you look at it, the clock is still ticking down. Under 17 minutes left to go in this first game for both teams here for the Franklin Warriors and the Hunterdon Central Red Devils of boys soccer. You got to wonder, what is the mentality for Franklin going into these less than 20 minutes here, trying to get at least one goal on the board to shoot it to overtime? However, you got to think, you want to start being a lot more aggressive here, doing things you wouldn't do normally if you're up. But
okay.
Anything.
You still got to take that step, the big picture look there, Bryce. You're only down 1-0.
Absolutely.
It could and should be a lot worse. Ooh, there's some contact.
Riga just absolutely knocking down number 22, Tyler Koblinski, the senior for Franklin.
Koblinski's a physical player. He's had a couple knockdowns himself this game. Got the yellow card in the first half, so physical play there by Riga.
I mentioned earlier, Koblinski looks like he could be a wide receiver for Franklin's football team, but instead he chose the other path, the other football, some would say, as he's been on this soccer pitch, being very physical, trying to create some kind of offense for Franklin here today, as Armitage just swallows that one up again. He's been looking very sharp today. The sophomore has just been doing phenomenal for this Red Devils team. You can imagine the future is so bright with him there.
Lucas Matos that time with a shot directly on goal, but not too difficult for Armitage. 15 minutes now and counting. 15 minutes left in this one.
And Franklin is just completely swarmed on the defensive end. Koblinski can't get anything done, and that one's just going to kind of dribble out of bounds.
Yeah, that's off Zafir Ali, so it'll be Red Devil possession. Ali couldn't possess that one.
Yeah, as Patel was just following him down the line, as Patel will chase that ball off the track. Going to get some substitutions in here. It looks like Vasquez is back in the game. The only scorer of this entire game so far, the one who has the one shot and one goal that went in. Got some more action going here now. This is going to be another Red Devil possession, trying to get something going, trying to add on to their already feels like cushioned lead. As Franklin tries to get something going, number 6 here for Franklin, got a shot and it's deflected off Armitage. What an amazing play here. It could have been a tie game if he didn't get that hand down, but
wow, and just like that, Bryce, Zafir Ali with the opportunity, a golden opportunity, clearly the best chance that Franklin's had today. Armitage, just a brilliant stop, keeps it 1-0. Because, boy, I tell you what, if this game ends up in a tie in any way, shape, or form, it's going to be a heartbreaker for Central.
Absolutely. Callan Armitage, the savvy sophomore, is just doing fantastic on the defensive end, not letting up any goals here on the 6 shot attempts. As well, you got to credit the Red Devil defense here.
Lucas Matos in the corner, puts it in front, but Central able to clear it. Whew.
Vasquez getting the ball, driving it down. Is it going to roll out of bounds, or are we going to have the speedy Cook just not get there in time? It's going to be Franklin ball once again. They're going to try to speed it up and try to get something going here quickly.
Zafir Ali almost knotting this one up. A big opportunity. Central with a sigh of relief now as we're under 13 minutes to go.
Would have been a whole different story here if they had scored right there. But Armitage doing what he does best, and that's defending that goal. Franklin trying to create something once again, but he's just swarmed by 4 defenders. As well as Patel just going us all out.
Oh, and
one goes by Armitage. Armitage looking in disbelief as he can't even imagine why that ball went past, but it is now a tie game for Hunterdon Central and Franklin.
And wouldn't you know it, Bryce, that Central pretty much dominating play, at least in the time of possession, but Elias sends it forward there. It was Elias Jabbar.
And Cook's going to be kicking himself later if this ends up being a tie game for missing those two key shots earlier that were both set up by Riga.
That was Kwaka Owasu, I believe, on the goal for Franklin. And just like that, even though the shots on goal are 19-7, we've got a 1-1 game.
And you could imagine now Hunterdon Central, who's been sitting on this 1-0 lead this entire game, starts to set in that it's no longer a tie game despite the time of possession they've had over the ball. All that matters at the end of the day is who has gotten the most goals, and so far it's a tie game. We'll see what would be the deciding factor here in the last 12 minutes as we're nearing down the end of the second half and the end of this game. Polly hits that one up. That one's going to be near the midfield. Hunterdon Central getting another opportunity, but it's going to be swallowed up by Franklin. Franklin getting another shot here to create some offense. Patel knocks that one away as Adams tries to create something. He's swarmed by defenders, and Vasquez gets that one taken away from him as well. Now you have Vasquez nearing down the 40. It went out of bounds. No call on that one.
Almost sense a little bit of desperation now for Central.
You can tell they really do want to speed this up. A 1-1 tie is not comfortable for either team. But
a lot more comfortable for Franklin right now.
Yeah, you definitely agree that Franklin has had a sigh of relief here as they're at least going to have a tie going forward. But then again, they've been dominated all game. That doesn't mean that a 1-1 lead will change, but you got to understand that Central can come back anytime, as well as Franklin, to get a go-ahead goal here.
Yeah, no question. Franklin offensively, the last 4 or 5 minutes has come alive. Ali with a great chance before Awash's goal.
And look out for Riga to be the deciding factor here in the end of the game. He's been making great playmaking, plays all game. Can he set up another goal opportunity here as Franklin Koblinski shoots through the uprights? And like we said earlier, this is not football, so this does not count for any points. But it's going to be Red Devil ball here.
It's a different team for Franklin the last 5 minutes. I think they got tired of you and I whining about their offense up here, Bruce.
Definitely.
Bryce, and they kind of get things going because they look like an entirely different team.
You can imagine the coach for Franklin, Eric Osman, is breathing a sigh of relief as well, knowing that all that screaming is done on the sideline the rest of this game so far is helping his team at least tie the game so far. Ball's going to be up in the air, off of a couple Red Devil defenders, as well as Vasquez trying to get something into it. Colin Adams trying to set something up. Koblinski trying to get a look at it. Back into Adams. Adams just trying to create something here. Both teams just want to get ahead here. You can imagine the Red Devils, after going all that time with a 1-0 lead, with all that comfort they had, are probably in a sense of urgency now, noting that the score is tied and the clock is running down. We have less than 10 minutes of play here. And it's going to be a Franklin ball near the Red Devil goal. Armitage was playing a fantastic game up until less than 10 minutes ago when he let up that goal by Franklin, which made it a tie game as Franklin trying once again to get some offensive going, but really a sign of life in the last 10 minutes as Franklin gets another shot off just wide of the goal.
That was a close one there, Bryce. Boy, it looks like an entirely different team for Franklin. Keep in mind, if this does stay tied at the end of regulation, they will play potentially 2 10-minute periods with a sudden death. I guess you can't, nowadays the terminology is sudden victory goal, but there would be some potential for some overtime. But first things first, that'll be Elias Jabbar with a corner kick for a suddenly resurgent Franklin offensive team.
It's like somebody filled up their water on the sideline and they finally got all their energy back.
Yes, absolutely. It's a different team.
Trying to create some offense off this corner kick. And it's just going to get swallowed up by the Red Devil defenders as that one's going to slip away. Vasquez trying to get it, and that one's going to be completely blocked by Nek Patel. Great defensive move by Nek Patel, as that could have been a goal there. It was just heading straight to the goal. However, still with little under 8 minutes left to go in this game, tie game.
Devin Ingram with what I thought was going to be an opportunity didn't materialize, but still another corner kick for Lucas Matos.
And the young players have been the key to this game so far. Can any of these sophomores for the Red Devils squad turn up the heat and try to score another goal here? As defensively, it's a fight right now, a very physical and upfront battle, as that one's just completely missed.
Bicycle effort there by number 2, Owasu.
Owasu, the senior, has been making his presence known as well, but just short on that one. It was wide left of the goal. As it's going to be a Red Devil ball. Armitage going to try to feed this Red Devil team, and hopefully the Red Devils can have a little bit of a mini resurgence at the end of this game here, as they had dominated the entire game up until that Franklin goal.
Yeah, Central needs to get something going offensively now. It looks like it's a bit of a role reversal over the last 10 minutes. Totally two different teams.
Absolutely, and it's looking here like Franklin is really just pumped up once again. You can imagine how it feels to score that long-awaited first goal of the season, as it's a little under 6:30 left to play here. Hunterdon Central, Franklin, both their season openers, both trying to get a win to start the season. After this, we have girls soccer. Red Devils trying to create something here. It's just intercepted by Franklin, but going back and forth, as both teams are just trying to go ahead here. And a whistle blown here, as it's looking like it's going to be a Franklin ball.
Yeah, down went Devin Ingram on that one. So Franklin will put it into play on the free kick. Under 6 minutes to go now.
Armitage staring this one down. Can he get the stop? And he does. A little bit of a redemption after he gave up that last goal, but you can imagine letting up his first goal of the season. The nerves probably shot up a little bit after he'd been playing so fantastic for the start of this game. You can imagine the whole weight of his world is just sitting on his shoulders right now. But he's done a fantastic job this game. You can't let the one goal for both of these goalies be diminishing their fantastic play into this game so far. And like I said earlier, for the opposing player, goalie of the Franklin squad, Brett Polly, you got to imagine that after getting that one goal on the offensive side, his shoulders are feeling a little bit lighter now too, as he's been going through a lot of hardships this game with 19 shot attempts, as Patel fighting to get the ball onto the Franklin side, as that one's just going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be Red Devil ball as they're going to try to rejuvenate this offense here. Colin Adams trying to get something started here. I'm just going to roll right out of bounds. Both sides arguing that it's their ball. Trying to get a good look here as to whose ball it is. And it's
Matos will put it into play for Franklin.
Franklin getting another opportunity. Trying to go ahead here once again.
Yeah, it's been a while since the Red Devils have had really any kind of scoring opportunity here. Just a completely different game.
And that's the type of adjustments as a team you want to make in the second half, coming out as a whole other team, especially for the second half of this second half. As the Red Devil squad trying to get something going again. Patel has been a huge force in this field defensively for this Red Devil squad. However, no score implications so far by the Red Devils, as it's been slow ever since they scored that goal. Evidently, the time of possession has been mostly in the hands of the Red Devils, but you've seen Franklin getting the ball a lot more recently.
3:44 left. Seconds are ticking down. Clock moving.
And you can imagine both teams getting prepped for an overtime here, a sudden victory, as they would say now. And you can imagine it's a lot of nerves. Your first game of the season, going into overtime as well with a very tight, narrow game. back and forth towards the second half as well. As Patel's fighting for it here with 2 Franklin defenders on him. That one's just going to roll right out of bounds. It's going to be a Red Devil ball once again.
It's hard for me to say it, but it almost feels like to me it's Franklin's game to win here, the way they've been playing offensively.
I agree. For the longest time, it was the Red Devils to lose, and now Franklin has kind of turned a corner here. That's what you want from that veteran core, to never give up. Until that last buzzer goes off, the game is still happening. Especially with a 1-0 game like that, the tides can change at any point. As the Red Devils trying to get something going, it's just going to roll right out of bounds. The speedy Nick Riga couldn't get there in time. However, it's going to be Franklin ball once again.
So we're now at 2.5 minutes to go in regulation.
Unofficially 19 shots for the Red Devils and 10 for Franklin. However, looking at the scoreboard, it's a tie game, both at 1.
And it was 19-4, right, Bryce?
It was 19-4 for a while. It just looks like the Red Devils kind of leaned back on defense, trying to get some cushion. However, trying to release back on that defense and trying to let go a little bit ended up costing them a whole goal, which they were defending, as that one's going to roll right out of bounds with a pass from Patel to Vasquez. It's going to be Franklin ball once again near the 50-yard line.
2 minutes to go.
Crunch time here as both teams just trying to get something to maybe potentially avoid an overtime, as that one's just shot right out of bounds. You can imagine Franklin feeling like $1 million right now, as they were losing and felt like they were being dominated this entire game, but getting a shot off that just so happened to go in. However, on the flip side, the Red Devils, a little loss of confidence. They haven't been in their original form, in their same form as earlier in the game, ever since that's happened, as the clock is ticking down to less than a minute and a half left of play here.
But Joseph Tucker just brought down Zach Perron. So as a result, free kick for the Red Devils. So here's an opportunity. Central needed something to happen in a big way. And Colin Adams will have that free kick with a minute 24 clock stop now. Minute 24 left in regulation.
All right, Evan Vasquez has the only goal in this game so far. Is he going to be the difference maker today? Right here is the play of the game here. The moment is made for Evan Vasquez. Let's see what he can make of it. .124 left on the clock here in regulation. Vasquez the kick. It is up. And it is just completely caught by Brett Polly, who's played fantastic. And his efforts on the defensive end as that goalie are not going to be diminished today, as despite giving up 1 goal, has defended 20 Red Devil shots today. Incredible effort by him, the senior for that team of Franklin Warriors. As Colin Adams fights for it. All game, Colin Adams has been a physical player. As it's going to be a Red Devil ball here. Whistles are being blown. Red Devils really try to start that possession early, waiting until the officials can get a call off now.
Looks like a bit of a disagreement here, and they're going to say it's Franklin ball.
So a bit of a change here as Franklin gets the ball on the Red Devil side of the field. Let's see if they can create anything. Less than 30 seconds left in the clock. They got to hurry up if they want to get a scoring opportunity here. If not, we will be heading into an overtime sudden victory for both teams. Not the way you want to happen. All right, and they're having us reset the game clock here to 40 seconds. So 47 left on the clock, with number 18, Vernon Spencer, to throw the ball in for Franklin here. And that one was just swarmed up by Red Devil defenders, and it's looking like it's going to be Franklin getting a beautiful scoring opportunity here, but it was just deflected off there by Dylan Munitz, who saved a scoring opportunity there as the clock continues to tick down.
Franklin will have one more opportunity for a corner. We're at 15 seconds left in regulation.
If Franklin could do it here, it would be a miracle. But it's just going to be deflected off the Red Devils, and that was just going to be left.
That should do it.
Zero is left on the scoreboard now, as we will be heading into overtime here.
So it'll be 2 10-minute overtime periods. Again, it'll be sudden victory, so a first goal scorer wins it. Again, there has only been a moderate amount of offense in this game, so we'll see if things pick up. But again, the Franklin offense has just completely come alive in the last 15 minutes of this game. And honestly, I didn't really see it coming, Bryce. We were kind of burying them, even though it kept saying, "Hey, it's only 1-0. It's only 1-0." Next thing you know, you get that goal, and it's only one goal. Game tied up, and here we are.
Absolutely. And we mentioned that going out throughout the game that it's just a 1-goal lead, but it felt like the Red Devils had been so dominant up to that point that nothing could slow them down. However, just one pass ball for Callan Armitage, and it's a whole nother game now as we're going into a sudden victory overtime. You wouldn't have imagined that in those last 10 minutes, 20 minutes of play for Franklin to completely turn around, but they completely changed the energy surrounding them on the field, and it's a whole other game now. Despite Franklin having half the shots of the Red Devils, they're completely tied with the Red Devils, and it's going to be an interesting overtime here to see if the Red Devils can kick it up a notch or if Franklin will continue their momentum to win the game here.
Okay, and then remember, this is first game of a doubleheader as the Lady Red Devils are anxiously awaiting taking the field for their contest against Franklin. So it's opening day here in New Jersey Soccer, both the boys and the girls home to Franklin. This will be the rest of the only games we'll be doing this week on the HCTV live stream, but look out next week. We have, we have girls soccer Monday, boys soccer Tuesday. On Wednesday, the Red Devils gymnasts will take to the airwaves. The match over at the Hunterdon Central Fieldhouse, and then on Friday night, Casey Ransone's Red Devil football team will make its home debut as the Red Devils will take on perennial power Phillipsburg. That'll be the third game for the Red Devils football. Central got off to a rough start at Hillsborough this past Saturday, and they will play at Bridgewater this coming Friday. So next week, something for everybody here on the HCTV live stream. We've got boys soccer, girls soccer, gymnastics, and football. So if you don't like what we have on one day, stay tuned to the next day, Bryce. We'll have more action for you.
Looking like it's going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks here for this HCTV lineup as we get prepared for this sudden victory. Less than a minute left on this break clock here for both teams. And I can imagine seeing Ryan Norbosch as well as Nick Patel on the defensive side for the Red Devils again. Their intensity going into the second half was not diminished at all, despite the fact that the score is now tied. You can imagine wanting those very defensive heavy players trying to get something out there right now.
Yeah, Central really has to regroup offensively and get things going. Again, it's 20-10 unofficially the shots on goal, but it was 19-4, a completely one-sided game. And Franklin, the last 15 minutes of this contest, really stepped up and started playing some soccer. So Central's offense is going to have to regroup, and they certainly have the pedigree to do so. They come in again, as we mentioned earlier, for whatever it's worth, the 8th-ranked team in the state coming into a preseason poll. And again, you're really just projecting on who comes back and what your strengths are. Not too much you can put into play. Gosh, anything. In college football, same thing. Teams get ranked. Sometimes they only end up winning 3 or 4 games. You just don't know. But the Red Devils did come in with the bullseyes on their back, as they typically should. Both the Red Devils boys and girls soccer teams always amongst the best in the state, so everybody wants to knock them off, and no different here today for Franklin.
Absolutely, I agree with that. The Red Devils regrouping as well as Franklin regrouping, and both hoping that they go home, especially Franklin on that bus back home with a smile on their face and a victory to open the season. However, the Red Devils are not going to let that come so easily, as we have a couple of new faces out on the field right now for both squads as they get prepared for this little overtime sudden victory. Home opener for Hunterdon Central, opener for both teams.
Great way to start up our first broadcast of the year, Bryce. A little overtime.
Absolutely. It's going to be an overtime thriller tonight. Hopefully it goes in the Red Devil way, but you never know, especially with the momentum that Franklin has been showing these last couple of minutes. So we got Colin Adams back on the field. Colin Adams has been showing amazing hustle this entire game, showing no signs of slowing down, as well as a few other familiar faces, as we also have Jack Herling, the 12th grader, back on the field. Let's see if they can make an impact going into this overtime. Near the middle of the field, a continuous battle as Adams shoots that one into the air. And Vasquez getting that one near the 10-yard line. And that one's just going to go straight out of bounds. It's going to be a Red Devil ball. The Red Devils flip sides once again with Franklin. So the Red Devils are now shooting near the north side of the field, as well as the Franklin Warriors shooting on the south side of the field.
Nek Patel puts the ball into play for Central. A nice throw into the center.
As that one's going to be back in the hands of the Red Devils. That one's going to go in. Number 16, Luke Berardi, is the difference today. Luke Berardi, the junior, making his varsity debut, and he does it for the Red Devils in this season opener.
How do you like that, Bryce?
I love it today. Luke Berardi was the difference maker today.
What a way to start things up for Luke Berardi in his first game as a varsity play. A great beginning. We're going to have to get Mr. Berardi up here for a little post-game interview. Why don't you talk a little bit? I'll see if I can get him, okay?
All right. But that's going to do it today for the boys Red Devils soccer opening season debut, and Berardi was the difference today. Berardi had been on the field for a little while today, getting adjusted to that varsity play time, and he was the difference maker at the end of the day, getting an open look near the 20-yard line and just nailing that shot right on the right side of that goal. And you can imagine he's going to be thrilled going home tonight with that victory and a close 2-1 overtime victory. Amazing job by Berardi, as well as the rest of this Red Devil squad. You have to give a lot of nods to the defensive efforts by a lot of these players. You have Patel, who came in the second half and just showed relentless defense, an amazing job hustling on the defensive end as well as the offensive end, not getting anything done on the offensive end until Berardi came through. We're going to see if we can get Berardi for a little post-game interview, but a fantastic job by Berardi as well as the rest of that Red Devil squad to stick in there. They lost momentum towards the end, but less than 2 minutes into the overtime play, and they got the job done.
Well, we've got some time to talk to Luke, so we'll let him kind of catch his breath down there. So stand by us. We'll look to talk to Red Devil junior Luke Berardi. And just with this game, Bryce, it's just a funny game. It's like sports in general, right? But this game just seemed pretty lopsided in favor of Central. And then the switch was turned on. Franklin took over the last 15 minutes of the game, scored the tying goal, almost had a couple other opportunities to take the lead. But then in overtime, just like that, Berardi, boom, ball game. Great start for Coach Smith and the Red Devils.
I absolutely agree with that, Jim, as Berardi did a fantastic job towards the end there, and the momentum flipped a few times, but at the end of the day, you had Berardi as the finishing shot and finishing blow to Franklin to win. 1-0 is the official Red Devils record going into this season, and they can continue with that momentum with games coming up in this next coming of weeks. But fantastic job overall by the Red Devils. They dominated the first half of the game. They dominated by shots. They had 21 shots to 10 shots, and my oh my, that was a fantastic game played by the male Red Devils soccer squad. You got to imagine what Luke Berardi is feeling. We're going to get a word with him soon. We can imagine the feelings he's going through right now, as he was the hero for tonight's game. Didn't make a lot of impact earlier, but he had the opportunity and he saw it and he took it. You got to give nod as well to all of the players hustling the entire game. Vasquez getting the first goal to put Hunterdon Central ahead at first. You also have to give nod to Adam Cook as well. Adam Cook had an amazing hustle the entire game. And my goodness, it was an incredible game all around for both Franklin as well, who turned the corner in the second half. But in the end of the game, Red Devils pulled through with that. So that's going to be it for now. We're going to get a word with Luke Berardi here. Luke.
What's up, bud?
Luke Berardi, amazing game today. Closing out with a win here. What were you feeling in those last couple of minutes? Shooting that goal, you had the opportunity. It's your first varsity game of the season. How did you feel out there today?
It's our home game, first game. We were down, we were tied. We came back, it's our home. We knew it. It wasn't just one of us, it was the whole entire team. Great performance from the boys.
Absolutely, Berardi. Another question. When you were winning 1-0 and you felt like you were dominating Franklin and they scored, what was the mentality going in? 1-1, tied going into overtime.
We knew we were down, we were playing sloppy, but we just got to pick our heads up, turn it around, and luckily we did it.
Absolutely, Berardi. And how'd you feel fighting off those nerves to start the season? Did you feel any better after that goal?
Oh, of course, man. It feels nuts. It's crazy.
Well, Berardi,
awesome performance.
That was an amazing game. Luke, go enjoy the rest of your celebration with the team, and congratulations on this opening win.
Thank you very much.
Great set. That was
game,
Luke Berardi joining us here with the happy recap. As the great Bob Murphy used to say after those New York Met victories, Bryce, before your time. And indeed, it was a happy recap for our Red Devils, a 2-1 overtime win on the Luke Berardi game-winning goal. So stick around for a while. We are going to have Lady Red Devils soccer in just a bit. We're going to take a little break here on the live stream, but it's going to be the Lady Red Devils will take on the Franklin Warriors right here from Stewart Field. Game should start probably in about 20 minutes or so stick around.